All right. Welcome back, Fishmar Fish Room here with another exciting video. I know you've all been patiently waiting for so long. Very thrilled and excited to finally see this video about the legendary cave tank. So legendary. I've been waiting a long time to make a how-to video on this tank as far as how I constructed it, and it's kind of just not been in display shape for quite some time due to algae problems and filter issues, just kind of a mess. So the tank is finally in good enough shape that I am comfortable showing it to you guys and not being too embarrassed about how messy it is. So I just wanted to do that today. This is a 50-gallon tank. It's currently being run by two Fluval C4 hang-on back filters. That filter there on the front had to be added in because of the flow issues that I had going on. Were creating a lot of problems. So I know that's not ideal to have a filter right on the front of the tank, but I have not solved that yet. So this tank was custom created to have a large cave area on the back left of the tank. Before I move the camera here and go into detail on that, I'm just going to pause this recording and run a short slideshow here to just kind of show you guys some of the making of photos. I unfortunately did not make a video when I was creating this tank. It's been in process for around close to a year, and I never made a video when I was putting everything together and brainstorming the ideas. So I'm just going to run a short about 45-second slideshow with some pretty sweet beats made in the Beatmar Beat Laboratory. You know what I mean, that's how we do it. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, we're gonna run that, and then we'll be back to talk more about how we made it. All right, and we're back from that beautiful montage of wonderful shots of the tank in progress and those amazingly good beats made by the Beatmar Beat Laboratory. Wow, awesome, you guys. So anyway, the cave tank, I want to give a shout out to Fishy AZ at Instagram. I was actually inspired for doing this when I saw your lava rock cave tank, and that was my inspiration for this. I know a lot of people have done lava rock structures. We're not the first to ever think of it, but that's where I got my inspiration, so I wanted to give a shout out to that. As you can see from the photos, this whole structure over here was glued together bit by bit, silicone and lava rock. There's a piece of plexi that creates the raised bottom there, the false bottom raised area for the substrate. What I did after that is I used lava rock to kind of create a barrier around that so that it would be inset like a planter that I could fill with substrate. So I used that and a combination of some pieces of sticks and driftwood and rocks and lava rock and everything to kind of disguise it and create this raised cave area. This is the main support area here. I created pillars, rock by rock, and then sort of formed them together. A good technique that you can use to hide the silicone is by crumble up a little bit of the lava rock dust, sprinkle it on the wet seam, and that will disguise the seams of the silicone. You might miss a spot here and there like that, but nobody will notice, right? Inside this, I actually created, there's a PVC pipe hidden in there, 90-degree elbow, goes in here, and it comes out over there. Nice little hidden area for the fish to hide in addition to this lava rock cave network down there, and of course the very large cave beneath the entire structure, which is basically Paulie's house now. That's where Paulie lives. Something else that was really important in the creation of this is this power head right here. So this power head is blowing current that way, which is going underneath the entrance, turning the corner and coming out there. This was very important when I designed this because you need to have that flow. If you don't have that flow, you're going to end up with a lot of detritus. That's poop. You're going to get the poop and it's going to be collecting in all the wrong spots and making your tank really filthy. So something I learned is that that was not actually good enough, and that's why this second filter needed to be installed, because the detritus would collect on the upper level here, and it was absolutely filthy, and it still is. And that was definitely a contributory factor to the increase in the Cladophora algae that I am still battling to this day. There is just a mess in this tank. I also, at the time, had 2 Synodontis catfish in here, which were swimming around, pooping a lot and causing a big mess, so they had to be moved out of there as well. The driftwood structure has also changed since the original setup of the tank. I had originally siliconed it onto the glass as part of the structure, but it did not hold over time and fell off. So we just kind of changed around the setup of the driftwood there, which I think it was probably a better thing when it comes to cleaning the tank. It's better to be able to move that stuff around instead of have it secured in place, because it's already enough of a nightmare to clean this aquarium when half of the aquarium cannot be moved. It was overall a bad idea that I probably could have thought out better as far as how I was going to access that back area for cleaning. But I was too impatient and I just went ahead and did it anyway. Overall, I think it's worked out really well. I'm looking forward to putting some more Tanganyikan species in here to hang out with Paulie and Angelo Adrian. The only fish that are currently in here are 6 longfin zebra danio, 2 harlequin rasbora. The other 4 died, so there's only 2 left. And then we've got the 2 Altolamprologus calvus, the black one here, and then Paulie is a gold, but he hides. And we also actually have 2 multis in here. These multis, great fish, Neolamprologus multifasciatus, really awesome shelly. I just actually had some spares in another tank, and I just figured, hey, why not? Why don't you go in there, have a shell or 2, see if you enjoy it. And they do. I encourage anyone to get into a project like this. The planning of setting up a permanent scape like this and creating it sort of bit by bit, pebble by pebble, twig by twig, it was a really rewarding experience, and it kind of inspired me to do a lot more with the fish room, with some other stuff that I'm going to be talking about in later videos, specifically the project I'm working on in the 55 over here, kind of building up another landscape like that as well, utilizing what I learned from this project to kind of just get better and think of new ways that I could do it more efficiently, stuff like that. I think that pretty much covers the how-to for how I made this. Again, it was a lot of trial and error, and if you're going to do that, I suggest planning it out a lot better than I did. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time, fish people. Fishmar signing off today. Goodbye.